In this video, I'm going to answer questions that guitar beginners have when first starting out playing the guitar, like finger placement, strumming patterns, learning chords, solos, learning the fretboard. First question is one of the most common questions guitar beginners ask, and that is finger placement. How to put your fingers when trying to learn to play a chord. So the first step is you take your thumb, put it around the middle of the back of the neck of the guitar. Then what you do, you take your wrist, bring it out away from the neck of the guitar, almost like you're making a muscle. And then that puts you in the position for the third step, is to use your fingertips, not the flats of your fingers, when trying to play a chord. So the first step, use the thumb, put it around the middle of the back of the neck of the guitar. Step 2, take your wrist, bring it out, almost like you're making a muscle. And then step 3, use your fingertips. So that's the first question. Another most common question is strumming. How should you strum? So I would say learn note values. So the first note value I'll tell you is quarter note. And this is how you play it. I'll use a G chord to demonstrate. You count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're doing is going on downbeat 1, downbeat 2, another downbeat 3, another downbeat 4. And each time you're playing a downbeat, tap your foot on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a quarter note gets one beat, and that's one beat. 1, 2 is one beat, 3 is one beat, 4 is one beat. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one I'll show you is an eighth note. So it's a little faster. So you go down and up. One downstroke, one upstroke. So it'll be 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and switch chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and switch chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and switch chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Another question I have that goes with this is practicing strumming with a metronome. So I'll show you that right now. I'm going to use a G chord, C, add 9 chord. Just move your 2 fingers down a string. D major chord, back to the G major chord. We're going to do 4 beats each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you do quarter notes with chords. You don't have to use these chords. You can use your own chords. You can use, want to use an E minor, which is a really easy chord. And then whatever chord you learn, and just do the same thing. Count 4 beats. Each time you hear a click, that's when you're strumming the strings. Once you get to 4, go to the next chord. Now I'll show you 8 notes with the metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what you're doing is you're playing the downstroke and the upstroke before you get to the 2. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you can put those together. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Do it slower. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. I'll do it with the metronome. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this one is probably one of the hardest ones beginners have, is trying to play a bar chord. So if you can't play a bar chord up here with the F major, what you can do is start down here and then build your way up to the F major. What you can also do to eliminate the first finger is by what they call a capo. The capo will work as your first finger. So say here's the F major, you'll just be using the E shape. Here's the E shape, G major, A major, C major, D major. Take that finger off, you got the E shape there. And the capo will replace your first finger. So it'll make it easier for you. If you want to do it and learn it with your first finger, you have to strengthen up these fingers. And also, when trying to play the bar chord, hit each string and see where it's not ringing out clearly. Then you just might have to move it just a tiny bit. It's not like you have to move it a lot. And just maybe you just got to put a tiny bit more pressure on it. I'm barely putting any pressure down. But if I put less pressure, see how it's not ringing out right. Just a little more pressure. I'm barely putting any pressure on there, but just enough so the string goes down and it vibrates and it rings out. So try those two options. The capo would be the second option. First one would be start down here, start strengthening up your fingers. And then I'll show you some exercises later in the video. Or what you can also do if you don't want to play the F major chord, a little shortcut is go to the 4th string, play the 3rd fret, 3rd string, play the 2nd fret, B string, play the 1st fret, and the E string, play the 1st fret. That's an F major chord as well. It's just you're not using the whole bar, you're not barring it. Or you can just do it like this without the high E string. A lot of times people play just these 3 notes, the F, A, and C. That's what makes it an F major chord. When you're playing the F bar chord, it's still the same 3 notes, F, A, and C. You got F, C, F, A, C, and F. There's just a bunch of F, A, and C's on the different strings. Okay, next one is someone wanted to know how to play scales. But the first scale that you would learn would be the C major scale. That would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if you go here, I'll show you the C major scale, 3 notes per string. It will be the 8, 10, 12, again 8, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, again 9, 10, 12, 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13. And that's a C major scale, playing 3 notes per string. Now I'll do a C pentatonic scale. Here's C, it'll be 8, 5, 8 on the low E, 5, 7, next string 5, 7, next string 5, 7, then 5, 8, and then 5, 8. And then I'll show you here where the C major is as well. Another position of the C major scale will be 3, 5, 2, 5, next string 2, 5, next string 3, 5, next string 3, 5. Three, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Back up, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3. Back to the 3 where the C note is. You just learned a C major scale, and you learned a C major pentatonic scale. Okay, since we're here in the C pentatonic scale, someone want to know how to solo without making it sound like scales. What you could do, use slides, hammer on pull-offs, bends to make it less like scales instead of. You can start at the 3rd fret, slide up, 5, 7, to 5 on the D. Even that sounds better then. Right? Doesn't sound so scaly. And then after this, do a hammer on from 5 to 7. Then slide from 7 to 9. And then to 8 on the B string. So altogether, slow, 3, 5, 7 on the A, to the 5 on the D, hammer on from the 5 to the 7, and then 5 on the G, and slide from 7 to 9 on the G, to 8 on the B. Altogether slow, and then back up, 8, 9, 7 slide, to 5, then pull off from the 7 to the 5, and then slide from the 7 to the 5 to the 3. Just use slides, bends, hammer on pull-offs, even tapping. You got to know what the notes are though in the scale. And the notes in a C major scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Play around with those notes in those 2 pentatonic scales I showed you, and then just go from there. So I just showed you slides, hammer on and pull-offs. Now I'll show you with a bend included with that as well. 3rd fret, doing that same slide, 5, 7. Hammer on 5, 7 on the D, and a bend, release, and then to the 5. So you're playing the 3rd fret on the A, slide from the 5 to the 7, then play the 5 on the D, hammer on, then 5 on the G string, then full bend, release it, back to the 5. All together. Another question guitar beginners have is how to strum and then pick the guitar. So I would start off really slow with down strokes, which are quarter notes. Strum, then pick, strum, pick, strum, next string pick. It was really slow, and then also use a metronome to keep you in time and to keep it clean. Also strum, and then skip a string. So we'll start on the 6th, go to the 4th, not to the 2nd, 2nd, the 4th, back to the 6th. I do that with the 5, 3, and 1. Try doing the opposite, pick and then strum. Now with quarter notes, we're going to skip strings while now we're going to pick and then strum the strings, and we're skipping. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the 6th, to the 4th, to the 2nd, to the 2nd, to the 4th, to the 6th, and then to the 5th, to the 3rd, and 1st string, to the 1st, 3rd, to the 5th strings. Now those were quarter note beats. Now we're going to try 8th note a little faster. How this would go would be play it slow like this, or you can play it even slower. This is at 60 beats per minute. Again, start these off really slow and then work your way up to gradually getting quicker. Another question guitar beginners have is how to strengthen their pinky finger. I'll show you a few exercises to do to strengthen up your pinky finger. Do a 1, 4, 2, 3. then go back up and do the opposite. 2, 3, 4, 1. The second finger exercise is do 1, 4, all the way down and all the way back up. Now 4, 1. Now 5, 8 and 5, 7, all the way down and all the way back up. You're going to use your finger on the 8th fret and the 7th fret. So it looks like this. Another question that was asked was how to develop faster fingers. So one is take a scale, use it with a metronome. Another one is add an arpeggio in with that exercise. And do that with a metronome. Start off really slow, and as you get faster, increase the speed. Also another exercise, do 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you do hammer-on and pull-offs. And then back up. Those are really good to strengthen up your fingers and make them faster. And they start to hurt, make sure to listen to your body and take a break and then start up again. The 3 exercises to do to make your fingers faster and stronger. Also do string skipping. The 1, 2 exercise, start at the 1st fret, skip the A string, go to the 4th string, skip the G string and go to the B string. And do it with your 1st and 3rd finger. Do 1 and 4. And try and do all these exercises from the 1st fret to the 12th fret, all the way back to the 1st fret. These are really good exercises for strength, dexterity, speed. Just start off all these exercises really slowly. So when you start getting faster, it'll be even and in time, and they won't be sloppy when you start playing faster.